What's going on, guys? This is week 2 of the new meso cycle. Me and Kaylie decided to go down south, get some benching in with Adrian. But before we go over that footage, I'm going to pull up some deadlifts and then just go from there. Um, kind of wanted to touch base on one of the last nutrition talks. I wanted to talk about carb cycling. This is an approach that I've used on several clients. This is an approach I use for myself when I'm trying to diet and cut weight. And this is an approach that I've seen a lot of top nutrition coaches use in the bodybuilding community. And kind of some of the benefits of it is that you're rotating high carbohydrate days, medium days, and low days. So that way you can kind of incorporate these days with your training intensities or volumes. So if you're having a high carb day, that would be more geared towards your highest volume day, not necessarily your heaviest day. If you're doing a medium carb day, that'd be geared towards your other training day. And then a low day would be geared towards your off days. And kind of what that allows you to do while cutting is it allows you to have a higher calorie day, which is your high carb day, kind of like a maintenance to lowish calorie day in your medium day, and then your low day is what I like to call is your fat burning day, where your carbs are pretty much pretty low, and you're able to kind of burn fat and push through that way. And the cycling between the days also prevents your body from trying to maintain too much homeostasis. A lot of times your body will get into the starvation mode where it tries to hold on to every bit of fat, every bit of calories that you have, and you see the scale doesn't move a lot of times even though you're dropping the calories. So when you do the low days mixed with the high days, which should be a calorie surplus, kind of allows your body to relax a little bit and gives it that mindset of, hey, it's okay, we're not starving, it's okay to lose some weight, it's okay to burn some fat. And then also just by partitioning the days toward your hardest workout days will allow for better recovery, and then it'll also allow for better energy levels throughout the training session. And even though I guess some of the downfalls of it would be that you have different days for different days of the week, so a lot of people, they only like to prepare a certain amount of foods for certain days, and it's definitely not a lazy person's diet because you got to switch it up a lot. And then also on your higher carb days, you're pretty much doing negligible fats, and on your lower carb days, you'll eventually get down to doing pretty negligible carbs. And even though I always preach that taking out a macronutrient is never the best idea when it comes to dieting, but in the grand scope of things, a week to week look at it, you're getting all the macronutrients in there from a week to week perspective. It's just the day-to-day perspective of the partitioning of the nutrients is going to be different, and that's just that's not a bad thing, because by the end of the week you're getting what you're supposed to get in. And I feel like it's an extremely effective way to approach keeping performance high while trying to lose a little bit of weight. Really the negatives, like I said, is that if it's a high carb day, a lot of people will go with a little bit more processed food, which is not really the healthiest approach to go, but it could be effective as long as the fats are once again negligible, because on the higher carb day you tend to spike your insulin a little bit more, and if you have a lot of fats mixed in with carbohydrates when your insulin spikes, then you start to store those as fats as well. Or you store fat as fat instead of storing the insulin to the muscle glycogen. Remember, insulin shuttles everything through your body. It's not really selective on just shooting stuff through your to your muscle glycogen. So that's one of the negatives, is people start to use a lot of processed sugary foods. Also, some of the negatives are, that a lot of people don't like to prepare different type of foods throughout the week, or a lot of people have a hard time matching up the high days with the highest volume days instead of the highest intensity days. when to have the days. So it is a little bit more of a complex system, but I feel like once you get it figured out, it's the optimal way to do things. Just because you're able to keep carbs in around your workout, take carbs out when you really don't need them, when it's an active day, when it's an active recovery day, or when it's just a recovery day, you don't really need carbs. So you can just take those out and just leave in vegetables and fats and proteins. And then on your higher volume day, depending on how much weight you're wanting to lose, you can do 1 or 2 high carb days on your higher days. So that way recovery is expedited and you can really focus on building up those weak parts on those days. Because typically your higher volume day is probably going to be on your weak point days anyways. So by doing that, it'll allow for a week-to-week effective program. I guess another negative would be the adjustments once you hit a plateau. A lot of people don't know whether to pull out the low day, drop the low day macros, or drop the high, things like that. So what I always tell people is it's a case-by-case basis. It's all trial and error. I would say take 5% of the fats when you hit a plateau. Next plateau, take 5% of the carbs and just roll from there. But I think carb cycling is extremely effective. If you guys have any questions about it, make sure you can email me at tony@tmnutrition.net, or you can check out the website that has some articles on carb cycling on it. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time, take care.